The world of mixed martial arts is perpetually in search of its next transcendent figure, an athlete who not only dominates inside the octagon, but also captures the imagination of fans globally. In recent years, the UFC has witnessed the rise and fall of numerous champions, but few have sparked as much intrigue and debate as Ilia Topuria. With his undefeated record, highlight reel finishes, and a growing aura of invincibility, Topuria has rapidly transformed from a promising prospect into a fighter many believe could define the next era of the sport. The question of whether Ilia Topuria will truly take over the UFC is not just about his skills or achievements, but about his potential to shape the future of MMA itself. Before we jump in, a quick request: if you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing. It's just one click for you, but it means the world to us. Thanks for the support. Now let's get started. The genesis of a phenomenon. Ilia Topuria's journey to UFC stardom is as compelling as his in-cage performances. Born in Germany to Georgian parents and raised in Spain, Topuria's multicultural background has played a significant role in shaping his identity and fighting style. He began training in martial arts at a young age, initially focusing on Greco-Roman wrestling before expanding his repertoire to include Brazilian jiu-jitsu and striking. This early exposure to a variety of disciplines laid the groundwork for a well-rounded skill set that would later become his trademark. Topuria's professional MMA debut came in 2015, and he quickly built a reputation as a relentless finisher. His early fights were characterized by a willingness to engage in all areas of combat, whether standing or on the ground. By the time he entered the UFC in 2020, Topuria was already undefeated, having finished nearly all of his opponents. His transition to the world's premier MMA organization was seamless, as he continued to dispatch increasingly tough competition with apparent ease. Rapid ascent through the ranks. Topuria's early UFC tenure saw him face a diverse array of opponents, each presenting unique challenges. His victory over Youssef Zalal in his debut showcased his grappling prowess and ability to control the pace of a fight. Subsequent wins against Damon Jackson and Ryan Hall highlighted his striking power and strategic acumen, as he neutralized Hall's unorthodox jiu-jitsu and finished him with strikes. Perhaps the most telling aspect of Topuria's rise was his willingness to take on dangerous opponents at a relatively early stage in his UFC career. His knockout of Jai Herbert at lightweight, despite being a natural featherweight, underscored his fearlessness and adaptability. This willingness to take risks and seek out the toughest challenges endeared him to fans and analysts alike, establishing him as a fighter who was not content to simply climb the rankings, but who sought to make a statement with every performance. Signature victories and championship glory. The turning point in Topuria's career came when he faced Josh Emmett in a high-stakes featherweight contender bout. Over 5 rounds, Topuria showcased his full arsenal, blending crisp boxing combinations with well-timed takedowns and relentless pressure. The unanimous decision victory not only earned him Fight of the Night honors, but also positioned him as the clear next challenger for the featherweight title. His title shot against Alexander Volkanovski was a watershed moment, both for Topuria and for the division. Volkanovski, widely regarded as one of the best featherweights in history, had never been finished in his MMA career. Yet, Topuria's precision and power proved too much, as he secured a knockout in the second round. The victory was not just a personal triumph, it signaled a seismic shift in the division, as a new, younger champion dethroned a long-reigning king. Topuria's subsequent title defense against Max Holloway further solidified his championship credentials. Holloway, another all-time great, had never been stopped with strikes, but Topuria's relentless assault and tactical brilliance resulted in a third-round knockout. With these victories, Topuria had not only captured the belt, but had done so by defeating 2 of the most respected fighters in the sport's history. The move to lightweight, chasing greatness. Having conquered the featherweight division, Topuria set his sights on a new challenge, the UFC lightweight title. The decision to move up in weight was met with both excitement and skepticism. The lightweight division is historically one of the deepest and most competitive in MMA, filled with elite athletes and dangerous finishers. Topuria's lightweight debut came against Charles Oliveira, a former champion known for his submission prowess and finishing ability. The matchup was billed as a clash of styles, with Topuria's striking and wrestling facing off against Oliveira's jiu-jitsu. In a display that stunned even his most ardent supporters, Topuria finished Oliveira in the first round, landing a barrage of precise strikes that left the Brazilian unable to continue. This victory made Topuria a two-division champion and further fueled the narrative that he was on the verge of taking over the UFC. Technical mastery, the anatomy of a champion. One of the most compelling aspects of Topuria's game is his technical versatility. While many fighters excel in one area, Topuria is equally dangerous on the feet and on the ground. His striking is characterized by sharp boxing, excellent timing, and the ability to generate power from both stances. He uses feints and footwork to create openings, often luring opponents into range before unleashing devastating combinations. On the ground, Topuria's grappling is suffocating. He possesses a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and has demonstrated the ability to both submit and control high-level opponents. His wrestling, particularly his defensive capabilities, allows him to dictate where the fight takes place. This blend of skills makes him a nightmare matchup for virtually any opponent, as he can adapt his approach based on the strengths and weaknesses of his adversary. Psychological edge and championship mindset. Beyond his physical abilities, Topuria's mental game has been a key factor in his success. He approaches each fight with unwavering confidence, often predicting the outcome and the round in which he will finish his opponent. This self-belief is not mere bravado. It is rooted in meticulous preparation and a deep understanding of his own capabilities. Topuria's composure under pressure is particularly noteworthy. In high-stakes situations, he remains calm and focused, never allowing the moment to overwhelm him. This psychological resilience has enabled him to thrive in championship bouts, where the margin for error is razor-thin and the stakes are at their highest. The business of fighting, star power and marketability. In the modern UFC, championship belts are only part of the equation. The ability to draw fans, sell pay-per-views, and generate buzz is equally important. Topuria has demonstrated a keen understanding of this dynamic, leveraging his success to build a compelling personal brand. His multicultural background has endeared him to fans across Europe and beyond, while his willingness to engage in verbal sparring and call out rivals has kept him in the headlines. Topuria's post-fight interviews and social media presence reflect a fighter who is comfortable in the spotlight. He is articulate, charismatic, and unafraid to speak his mind. This combination of in-cage excellence and out-of-cage marketability positions him as a potential crossover star, capable of carrying the UFC banner into new markets and demographics. The state of the UFC, timing and opportunity. Topuria's rise has coincided with a period of transition in the UFC, with legends like John Jones and Conor McGregor either retired or nearing the end of their careers. The promotion is in need of fresh faces to lead the next generation. The featherweight and lightweight divisions, long dominated by established names, are now wide open for a new champion to assert control. The UFC's global expansion efforts, particularly in Europe and the Caucasus region, align perfectly with Topuria's background and appeal. His ability to speak multiple languages and connect with diverse fan bases makes him an ideal ambassador for the sport's continued growth. Potential obstacles and the path forward. While Topuria's trajectory has been meteoric, the path to sustained dominance is fraught with challenges. The lightweight division, in particular, is stacked with hungry contenders, each eager to test themselves against the new champion. Fighters like Arman Tsarukyan, Mateusz Gamrot, and others possess the skills and motivation to pose serious threats. Injuries, weight management, and the mental toll of maintaining an undefeated record are all factors that have derailed champions in the past. Topuria's ability to stay healthy, motivated, and focused will be critical as he navigates the pressures of being a two-division champion. Additionally, The unpredictability of MMA means that even the most dominant fighters are only one punch or submission away from defeat. The sport's history is littered with examples of champions who seemed unbeatable, only to fall in dramatic fashion. Topuria will need to continue evolving, refining his skills, and adapting to new challenges if he hopes to maintain his position at the top. The verdict: a new era dawns. Ilia Topuria's rise is a testament to the power of talent, preparation, and self-belief. His undefeated record, championship victories, and ability to finish elite opponents have already secured his place among the sport's elite. Yet, the true measure of his legacy will be determined by what comes next. If Topuria can continue to defend his titles, adapt to the ever-changing landscape of the UFC, and maintain his connection with fans, there is little doubt that he has the potential to take over the organization in a manner reminiscent of past icons. His blend of technical mastery, psychological fortitude, and star power make him uniquely suited to lead the UFC into its next chapter. As the MMA world watches with anticipation, one thing is certain: Ilia Topuria has already changed the game. Whether he can sustain his dominance and truly take over the UFC will depend on his ability to meet the challenges that lie ahead. For now, he stands on the precipice of greatness, poised to become the defining fighter of his generation. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's just a tiny click for you, but it makes a massive difference for us. Thanks for supporting the channel.